If you're new to my channel, be sure to stick around for the question of the day so you can be featured in my next video. With that being said, enjoy. What's going on, guys? Believe it or not, I'm still trying to rank all the Star Wars movies that came out in theaters. And again, that includes the spin-offs and Clone Wars. Oh my god, are you serious? You haven't sorted it out yet? No, I haven't. It's actually a lot harder than I thought. I mean, I guess I just love Star Wars that much. But when I do finally make the video, Hudson from Reboot will be joining me, so it'll be a collaboration. And hopefully Connor will too. Hint, Connor. So yeah, sorry about that. And I guess just an FYI, you know, next video after this is going to be an Old Space video, Old Space episode 4, so look forward to that. So what am I doing today instead? Today I'm actually going to reveal which 3 Star Wars movies are my favorite. And perhaps maybe I'll throw in the one I like the least. Like out of all, was it like 12 movies? But yeah, let's get on with it. Before I get on with it, I'm just gonna say that these are in no particular order. The final order. Sorry, again, Rise of Skywalker is getting to me. Straight up, one of them in the list of my top 3, or I'm actually gonna say top 4, because I struggled kind of with this one. I'm gonna say Rogue One. Rogue One for me gave me an awesome cinematic experience. For me, it was just amazing seeing like a Star Wars film, you know, that wasn't, you know, like an episode, you know, if that makes sense. It really lined up with the, you know, the core movies really well, you know, episode 3 and 4. For me, it also really does show, you know, the might of the Empire, you know, before like they lost to the rebels and stuff. For me, perhaps some bits did feel a little flat, but overall, I absolutely loved the Rogue One. I loved actually seeing, you know, its size comparison with the Star Destroyer and Death Star. I thought that was a really nice touch. Going to shows us like a scale-to-scale type thing. Love seeing Moff Tarkin again. I thought that was cool. I thought the story was good, you know, it made sense to me. It fit in with the core movies really well. And just straight up, Rogue One for me is a good bridge. Alright, next one on my list for top 3 is The Force Awakens. Now, I will say The Force Awakens is basically A New Hope, but like, you know, updated with some DLC. So I guess in a sense I should be putting A New Hope here. But for me, I'm putting The Force Awakens here because I personally felt that it reminded us of what Star Wars is ultimately about. Lightsabers, blasters, and spaceships! It's a science fiction fantasy, you know, sci-fi fantasy. I forget what the exact genre is called. We get characters that we can relate to, we get characters that we root for, and not to mention the visuals and all that jazz was just amazing. I absolutely was blown away the first time I saw it. While it did have its like similarities to A New Hope, there were some, you know, differences. Like, I really like the idea of Finn being an ex-stormtrooper, you know, that's a first. And I like with Kylo Ren, it's basically Jason Solo from Legends, but, you know, Disney-fied. So they kind of brought in some Legends aspect to it. While I do wish The Force Awakens was more original, overall, I thought it was fine. Poe Dameron was great, I loved Poe Dameron in it. There were some surprises in there, like we all thought Finn was gonna be the Jedi, let's be real. But it turned out to be Rey. It reminded us what the Force really is, you know, it flows through us, it flows around us, etc. Not just midichlorians. But no, Force Awakens was also an awesome cinematic experience. If I could relive watching The Force Awakens for the first time, I would. It was honestly such a great experience. Alright, and I'm gonna go ahead and say this is actually my most favorite Star Wars movie of all times, for personal reasons and, you know, some, how can I describe it? Storytelling aspect. Alright, my favorite Star Wars movie of all time is going to be Revenge of the Sith. Some of you are going to be like, hell yeah, Revenge of the Sith. Others are going to be like, really? I'm going to start off with saying that, yes, you know, dialogue in the prequels, you know, was a bit, you know, iffy. Acting at some points is a bit questionable. You know, for instance, when Obi-Wan is facing, General Grievous, you know, he kind of just stands there while Grievous takes out his lightsabers, and he just stands there with no reaction. Like, you'd think, like, 4 lightsabers, he would at least move back. I think it was like a YouTuber named Jeremy Johns who pointed that out, and I was like, I agree. But anyway, say what you will about the prequels, I did really like Anakin's arc in it. You know, with the prequels, it shows why either Jedi teaching is, I'm not going to say wrong exactly, but like outdated. You know, Jedi often try to teach you not to have emotional attachments and all that stuff. So when I guess Padme was pregnant and he started having premonitions, you know, the same ones he had about his mother who unfortunately died. With these premonitions Anakin Skywalker was having, they basically told him, look, if she dies, let it go. You know, be grateful for what you have. I mean, just imagine going to work and you had a wife, girlfriend, partner, whatever, and they were pregnant and they were more likely to die from it. Like, I don't know, doctor like declares it or something. And you tell your manager like, oh, look, I might need a couple of days off or something. You know, this is just hypothetical, you know, this is worst case scenario, right? And basically, you tell them, look, my partner's pregnant, you know, they're more likely to die, I might need some time off, you know, to support them, you know, whatever. And basically, your manager goes, let it go, mate, there's other stuff to, you know, worry about. Honestly, that's probably a really bad comparison. But basically, that's what they told Anakin. Well, that's how I interpreted it anyway. He was having the premonitions, he goes to Yoda, and Yoda goes, be grateful for those who transform into the Force. Mourn them do not, miss them do not. And naturally, you know, that would F anyone up. They're confused and lost, you know, Anakin doesn't know what to do, he needs to find a way to, you know, save Padme. He promises her, you know, somewhere at the start of the film. You know, at this point, he's running out of options, and then all of a sudden, he's got the devil in his shoulder, i.e. Palpatine.
Ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? He had the power to save people from death.
Out of desperation, he joins the dark side to learn this power. And another thing with Revenge of the Sith 2 is not only does it show how outdated Jedi teaching is, but also shows why Sith teaching can be bad. For me, the Sith have sort of the right idea, you know, passion, all that, you know, all that jazz. But the thing for me that I got from it is that when you lust for power too much, it's like what Anakin did. He was trying to, at first he was trying to just get, you know, the power to save Padme. But then by the end of the film, when he's at Mustafar, he's like, I got the power to, you know, to overthrow the Chancellor and we could rule the galaxy together. All the greed, all the power just got to him and it destroyed him as a person. And then we have the tragedy of Anakin Skywalker that turned into Darth Vader. Burnt up. But anyway, guys, at this point, I'm just rambling. But honestly, there are so many reasons why I love Revenge of the Sith so much. I just had to try and rush through it. Get out the main bits. So at this point, you're probably wondering which Star Wars movie did you not like or liked the least? I'm gonna say I really think Solo is my least favorite out of all Star Wars movies. I will say that Solo as a movie is not actually that bad. Alden, the guy who played Han Solo, was actually really good. Donald Glover was alright, but I felt like Alden, what's his name? Aaron Reichen was the best performance there. It felt like Solo, despite him not exactly looking like him. The relationship with him and Chewbacca was good. You know, there are good things about this movie. So why do I like this one the least? Honestly, just straight up, it didn't feel as Star Warsy as the other movies. I don't know if I'm the only one who thinks that way, but yeah, despite it being Star Wars, I didn't get much of a Star Wars feel to it. Got more of a Western. I think that's what they were trying to go for with Rogue One. Who directed it? It was Ron Howard, I think. But yeah, I guess they were trying to go for a space Western, you know. Star Wars has that fantasy science fiction to it, mainly fantasy. But for me, just Rogue One didn't capture that. Again, it was more of a Western to me. Heist movie, perhaps. They were trying to get the fuel. But anyway, guys. Those are my top 3 favorites, and then I guess my least favorite in one video. I will be ranking them along with hopefully Reboot. I'm not sure when. Again, next video is going to be an old space video, so look forward to that again. Sorry if this video seems a bit messy. I'm actually not scripting this. I'm actually trying to, you know, speak from the heart. I do have some notes right here, but before I get to the question of the video, which will relate to this video, I asked you guys last time, you know, what was your favorite Star Wars movie? And honestly, this time, you guys, you know, as always, you guys give me good answers, but this time, some of your answers actually got me off guard. And here they are. my question for this video. Which is your least favorite Star Wars movie? Last time I asked you guys what was your favorite. This time I'm asking your least favorite. You guys know mine by now. Hopefully you actually watched the video. But anyway, guys, as always, comment below and let me know to be featured in my next video. And as always, may the Force be with you. See you next time.